Truth is better than anything, in my opinion, but everybody has to go in truth.
Did I
Truth
read that
sells.
you might make $4 billion?
Well, I'm not going to make. I mean, I own something that became very valuable. Truth has really become sort of the voice of America.
Truth has become the voice of America. There's nothing better than truth. Don't get excited. He doesn't mean being honest. He means True Central, the social media site that he's on. And some other people are. They've had less than 9 million signups, by the way. Signups, not necessarily humans, because if you go on his feed and see the sorts of things that are going out in terms of messaging, my best hope, my wish is that those are not authentic human beings, that those are bots. And certainly many of them are. But even if they were humans, it is not the Voice of America, a social media site that has at best 9 million people in total that have signed up for it. But while he's wrong about that, he's not wrong about the fact that he potentially stands to make a lot of money off of this thing, except that there's a bit of a wrinkle. And that is that some of the co-founders of his media company have now filed a lawsuit against him on Wednesday. So you can add that to the pile of other lawsuits claiming that Trump and other leaders of the company had schemed to deprive them of a stake in the company that could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And there is no one with the financial expertise in the world that can explain to me how this company that owns this nothing social media site could ever be worth billions of dollars. But apparently that's the case. And they don't like the fact that their shares were, through some legal trickiness, being diluted.
Before we continue with the story, we depend on members to keep on going. Don't wait, click join now on YouTube.
So basically, they're saying that they were supposed to be getting these board seats, but then they were gonna do this thing that increases the total total amount of shares out there. So the ownership stake that they would have in the company would no longer be as high. Now we have a lawsuit. And in fact, the actual stock has now plunged due to the legal turmoil that they're in. If we could jump ahead to our last graphic, you can see that it has dipped quite a bit. Normally, to have your stock dip that much, you have to like acknowledge the existence of a person with a promotional beer or something. But they found a different way to kill their stock. And so, look, how long-term the damage is gonna be, I don't know. Maybe they'll recover. They've found some way to make this a profitable business. Maybe he'll settle with these people. Maybe he'll still get his big payday. But this is like lurking in the wings of all the legal challenges he's having and the hundreds of millions of dollars that Donald Trump owes. This could be the thing that saves him financially, but he is first gonna have to get through this legal hurdle. Jason, any thoughts about this or True Social?
True. I agree with you. There's probably a lot of bots. Maybe I was living under True Social Rock. I hadn't even heard of this social media platform. Sorry. And also the people who are suing him, I would imagine that they were like college educated, smart people, probably business people themselves. How do you allow yourself to get in bed with someone who hasn't had the best business dealings as of late, being an expert in business, to allow yourself to be in this situation? I mean, didn't you have teams and people vet? I mean, they kind of have themselves to blame.
Yeah, look, in terms of whether they should have seen this coming in a pure business sense, I don't know. I haven't been involved in these sorts of things. But what I can say is what they're saying he's doing is basically forcing the company to issue a whole bunch of more shares. So their portion, I should say, rather than shares, is diluted. And the new shares are supposedly earmarked for Trump and his family. I don't know if that's true. But if it is true, maybe you shouldn't have seen this coming from a business sense, but you couldn't see it coming that Donald Trump might betray you. That's what he does.
Right, again, I mean, if you want to strip it down to its like barest form, common sense is common sense. I'm not gonna go, if someone's telling me that snake is the most venomous snake in the world, one bite will end you in 5 minutes. Well, let me go play with the snake real quick. Sure, it's cute. I'll go look at the banding. Hey, pick it up and you're
Jason, that snake is the voice of America. Anyway, we're gonna see what happens. Again, I have a hard time even following the argument about what Trump is doing here, but perhaps someday the judge can simplify it and we'll see what ends up happening with this.